Hi guys. Okay, so last time I sort of not really didn't actually say anything, but I did put on the title that it was part 1, and I'd actually been told by my parents that I'm not allowed to show you part 2, so I'm not actually allowed to show you the rest of the house. Don't really know why, but just not allowed to, so it's no go. And it's not really a fashion review today. It's more of it's a book review, but it's still going to be listed under fashion, main fashion video 7, I think we're up to now. I think. I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure it's 7 though. And the book that I have today is Shift by M. Bailey. And so I'm just going to read you the back. I'm going to give you a little we'll read a snippet out of the book, my favourite part, which I think if I can find I will read. But, yeah, so let's get started. Olive Corbett is definitely not crazy. Not anymore. These days, she takes her meds like a good girl, hangs out with her best friend, Amy, and stays the hell away from the toxic girls she used to be friends with. She doesn't need a boyfriend, especially not a lifesaver type with a nice smile. And she doesn't need the drama of that creepy new girl Miranda, who has somehow latched onto Olive's ex-best friend. Yet from a distance, Olive can see there's something sinister about the new friendship. Something almost parasitic. Maybe the wild rumours are true. Maybe Miranda is a killer. But who would believe Olive? She does have a habit of letting her imagination get away with her. So it's the back. And then my favourite part should be marked in here. And trying to find it. Found it. This is page 294 and 295. Okay. Come with me then, she said unevenly. We can merge with the darkness together. She shuffled up next to me, her grip strengthening until she was right beside me, her voice in my ear making the buzz in my head return. Or maybe it had never gone. Be honest with yourself, Olive. People like us are too much hard work. We wear everyone down. We'd be doing everyone a favour by ending it all. Her words stabbed into me. What difference does it make if you die tonight or in a few years? She said. It's not like your dad will care. Your brother's just a kid. He'll forget pretty quickly. Your mum? Maybe. But you've caused her plenty of grief already. She might be less cut up than you think. That's not true, I said, teeth gritted. So who does that leave? Said Miranda, as though I hadn't spoken. Lachlan? He won't grieve for long. If I shook my head hard enough, maybe I could keep the words out. No. Miranda's face darkened. I'm tired of you saying no to me, Olive. If you won't do it on your own then, I'll make you jump. She stood, yanking me up so that I was two standing. I was right on the edge of the roof now, and Miranda positioned herself behind me. We must have triggered one of Una's security lights, because suddenly everything down below was dazzlingly bright. The grass shimmered, the trees pulsed, so the swimming pool was the biggest, bluest eye you ever saw, staring right at me. This is it. The only thing I could hope for it was to land in the pool and not on the concrete. I tensed up, waiting for the push, but it didn't come. Miranda started to make this strange, choking noise, and a moment later she let go of my wrist. So, practically, it's a really, really, really good book. Some, like, of the parts in it are quite, like, yeah, they're quite vivid. It's definitely a book you won't forget. I definitely haven't. I read it in one day. Probably less if I can up how long I did. So I'm just going to read quickly from, I think this is from Dolly. Just a quick snippet. It says, Olive is done with friends who don't care about her, and she's starting afresh. But that creepy Miranda chick, the one who killed her parents, and is now attending Clive's high school, Olive's high school, I mean, is someone she seriously needs to worry about. Miranda has started making friends with Olive's ex-friends, and is slowly but surely creeping into her life. Talk about fast-paced psychological thriller. It's pretty much sums up really well. And I've actually got a few of these little posters, which here. Yep, they're both exactly the same. As it says on the poster, available where all good books are sold, and in the little snippet that's on the front it says, imitation is the highest form of flattery, until it isn't. So it's a very, very good book. It's very psychological, like it tweaks with your brain cells and definitely gets you thinking about psychotic things. And they're very good. It's got, I know how some people like judge the book on the cover. Cool cover, fabulous, I love it. And I like how some people, it's funny how some people judge the book on how big the text is. And this text I would say is about average to small to average. So it's not extremely large, but it's definitely a readable, like you can get those really, really, really small ones, like size 8 I think they are, and this is about a size 12, size 13 size. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I might dig out some things in my wardrobe and then do a little fashion segment later on, maybe in about half an hour. So that's pretty much it for now. So bye. I'll see you in the fashion segment next.